Yes, hello, good afternoon, everybody. I want to welcome you back from that short break. Once again, I'm your presenter, Kasozi Imran, and today, with me in the studio at this particular time, we are back for the analysis. As you can clearly observe on the board, that 50% of the students have now dropped their votes. That's 1,191. And before we go for the analysis, I'm going to do it with our very own Miss Balikuddembe.
Yeah, known as Babile Patricia from Faye.
And Mr. Balikuddembe.
Yes, known as Kakuzaruna from Faith.
So before we go into the analysis, I would like to ask a few questions to get a few opinions from our very own Balikuddembe breed. So, Mr. Balikuddembe, briefly tell me about how you feel about this, how the atmosphere is, and how the school reacting towards this new e-voting, because it's the first time we're having such a type of voting. So tell me, in your opinion, how is everything?
Thank you very much, Imran. St. Balikuddembe decides 2026.
Yes.
As it is today in St. Balikuddembe Senior Secondary School, Chisogo. A good afternoon to you all once again. Our dear lovely viewers, as I said, my name is Kakoza Ronald, and I'm so the people. One can come to leadership.
Yes.
So, the above contestants, as you've been seeing on the graphs, they thought it wise that with God, He can make them leaders.
Yes.
In my own observation today,
Yes.
these elections are so tight.
Yes.
It's indeed strict to an extent that some of the contestants have failed to face their opponents.
Yes.
As you can see right here inside this room, starting with their agents,
Yes.
they can easily show you what would have been here if the contestants were here.
Exactly.
Exactly, Mr. Balikuddembe. As we can all see,
Yes.
the agents are even panicking.
Yes.
Even the voters themselves, and they are wondering what are they going to do? Because
Exactly.
they are seeing the graphs are coming up and that, and then they're going down.
Yes.
Then everyone is stressed, everyone is confused. Just know that
We've seen actually the system counts candidates and all that. Comment on the justice in this system. As Ms. Balikuddembe, the students representative other than the leaders, what is your general opinion over the voting? And when all this is done, will it truly be free and fair? Because you've been here since morning, you've seen everything go on. How are you seeing the justice in this system, other than the ballot system where people vote while others are looking at them, and then
is very correct and it's very good and it's very good for our school and we, the honorables, because Mulunji is there and Cindy is there. They're out there.
and let me get it's been very important that they have heard from you. So before you go into the analysis part,
For the past years, St. Balikuddembe has been using, let me call it, the contestants sent their agents to witness the voting. It makes this a free and fair election.
now, Miss Balikuddembe,
Yes.
obviously, this is a world that's non power. School is hosting such an event and such a system. So we'll need corrections here and there. We'll need to be told what to do better next time. So which faults have you seen in the system that the school or maybe the team that's in charge of this should correct next time? Something brief.
Actually, the first that the school has done,
Yes.
it's all about the internet. The internet has disturbed us since morning.
Yes.
So that means the school should change in the internet system, whereby they should install many.
You have it, everybody. We've had the last remarks from them. Now I want us to move over to the analysis, because I would have been here with fellow presenters, but let us have the people representatives that know them better than the leaders to tell us about them. So we are going to go into the analysis, Mr. and Mrs. Balikuddembe, and I want you to give your opinions on why you think each of these candidates is performing the way they are performing and faring. If the internet's good, we'll also look at the class analysis, and you'll also tell us why you think it's so. You get? Now, briefly, as it loads, tell me, Miss Balikuddembe, which of the posts before you go into this has caught your attention the most and why?
You shouldn't even ask that. You also know it's the heading post. Everyone is on pressure. Who is winning? Is it Mulonje? Is it Cindy? I'm
Okay.
also wondering who used to be our head girl.
Well said, well said. But the best thing about the system is that you never know what's going on. Now, I want to get your opinions on this as we look at the analysis. So, as you clearly see, Madam Balikuddembe, in the beginning, I introduced all these posts with my co-worker, and now we're looking at how they're faring. So I won't talk about the post because we now know what each post is. So you know who the people are. I told you about them, and now we're waiting for the children's what opinion. So we're beginning with the academics prefect. So we had two, a form 3, Godwin Wilbert and Shaka Gideon. Now tell us, Shaka has 71%, leading Godwin was 29%. So by the looks of it, Shaka is in the lead. And so far that 51% of the school has voted. Tell me, why do you think Shaka is faring more than Wilbert?
Actions speak louder than words.
Yes.
And basing on the post they are on, it's the academic prefect post. So academically, the guy sounds.
The guy sounds.
That's why
It's
he's
good.
taking the first position.
Touche. You say the truth there. The class breakdown. Okay, because of time, we'll come for that the other time. Moving on, the assistant head boy post. I explained this, and we have two contestants, each coming from, and it's capturing people's what? Attention. So Nsubuga is up ahead with 63%, and then Kasasa with 37%. Miss Balikuddembe, why do you think Nsubuga is faring more than Ezra?
Nsubuga, in my own opinion,
Yes,
Nsubuga has the support of the students in school.
exactly.
Yeah, because I remember during the open air campaign,
Yes,
people were vibing Nsubuga. People were supporting Nsubuga. I think, in my own opinion,
yes.
Nsubuga has the crowd. Nsubuga has the support of the student. Yeah.
And of course, it's the support that matters.
Yes.
So moving on, we have the anyway. And we had the head girl, assistant head girl, who I told you in the morning that she was unopposed, and obviously being unopposed, she's already an honorable, waiting just to do what? To swear. And then we have the assistant liturgy. Now, Mr. Balikuddembe, we have this young girl, Ndagire Maria Promise, up against Nabosa Maria Elizabeth. So Maria is having 56%, and Nabosa Maria is having 56%, and Maria Promise Ndagire is having 44%. So what?
Right?
Yes.
And Ndagire Maria is in Form 1.
Yes.
So in my own observation, I think these people choose the experience.
Exactly.
Because basing on what we are seeing right now,
Yes.
Nabosa Maria has 56% and Ndagire has 44%.
Yes.
Making them think that Nabosa has more experience in the liturgical department than Maria.
So people are voting Nabosa because of the years of experience she has in the school, unlike Ndagire, who is just young.
Exactly.
Moving on, we have the chief judge. I told you in the beginning, the one person that will bail you out of crimes in the student's court will either be the chief judge or the prosecutor. Now, in the post of chief judge, we have two Form 5, Chirunda Ali and Moya Mark. The competition is stiff. A few minutes back, each of them were on the same, and right now Chirunda is favoring with 53%, not very far in front of Moya Mark, who has 47%. So this clearly shows that with 51% of the school voting, there is still a probability that Moya Mark can overtake Chirunda Ali. But so far, so good for Ali. So what do you think is giving Ali this additive, diminutive advantage towards Mark?
I think, remember during the open air campaign,
Yes.
Molia Mark, I never saw Molia Mark's poster. You also saw that, don't you?
Yes.
We saw Chirunda Ali's poster. So you remember our Form 1s?
Yes.
They want to just see the face.
Exactly.
Yes, they just wanted to see the face.
Yes.
They see the person himself. So Molia Mark was able to come, but he
Chirunda.
never showed up the poster.
Yes.
So if it was you,
Obviously, because you won't reach every person telling them about yourself, but the posters will speak for you. So, in other words, you're saying that Ali is having an added advantage because people knew Ali, unlike Mark, who they had just seen on a ballot, on a ballot paper. So, moving on, we have the compound and furniture post. So, this is quite tight, really. We have 4 candidates. So, we have 4 candidates against 1. A boy against 4 what? But it's not coming. So we have 4 candidates against So we have one boy, Kabega Wycliffe, against 3 girls. So by the looks of it, my co-commentator even quoted that Kabega had come for the same post now for 3 times. In senior 1 he lost, senior 2 he lost, and I think this time people are deciding to give him a chance since it's his last time. He's having 50%. Second place coming in Shanita with 24%. Third place Birungi Martha with 14%. And the last person is Nolo Kwago Shelly, 13%, the school's baby. Now tell us, what do you think is giving Kabega an added advantage over all these other contestants?
Yes, according to my observation, Kabega
Yes.
Wycliffe has been working harder as a well-wisher in the
Yes.
pictorial body and has been doing his work very well.
Yes.
So I think this time round, the students themselves have decided to show him love so that he might fit in this pictorial body.
Yes.
Because according to the analysis we're seeing right now,
Yes.
Kabega Wycliffe has 50%, Naluwama with 24%, Birungi with 14%,
Yes.
Nalukwago with 13%.
13.
So I think, because as we speak right now,
Yes.
the elections are still ongoing.
Yes.
So you can't tell.
You even never know Sherry must take things.
You can't tell who's
Might.
going to win this post.
Might, not must.
Because as you've seen, based on the other post of the head girl,
Yes.
one has been moving to the first position. Few moments later, another comes to the first position.
So people are voting Wycliffe because of all the volunteering he's been doing. They're like, let us give Wycliffe a chance because after all, he understands what it means to serve the people, not the cabinet. Moving on, the entertainment prefect for boys, we're having 2 contestants, Sewaje, Charles Malcolm against Charlie Gonzo, William Frank. In the beginning, we say that Malcolm has the looks, Malcolm pours the money, and Malcolm has the girls on his side. And then Charlie Gonza just had that face that everybody loved looking at. So now we compared, and based on how we are faring, I think the girls making the biggest percentage are voting Malcolm for the looks and the money. But then a few people are actually voting Chalugonza for that face they like looking at. So come on, tell me, other than the money and the looks, why do you think people are actually trusting Malcolm? Because someone even quoted that money does not lead, but rather it's what? Potential. So why are people preferring Malcolm over Charlie Gonza? Malcolm is having 64, Charlie Gonza is having 36%.
Me, I think people are able to choose Sawaje, Charles, Malcolm because remember when we joined St. Balikuddembe, we never had news link.
Exactly.
But Malcolm was able to bring it out like to go to the HM,
Yes.
explain, we have to have news link during Saturdays, girls have to enjoy music, we have to watch movies, Malcolm was able,
Exactly.
yes, to provide that to the school. And Charlie Gonza,
Followed in what Malcolm understood.
yes, so that's why girls are supporting
So
Malcolm.
people are supporting Malcolm because Malcolm advocated for the Newslink. Malcolm made actions, and Charlie
Yes.
Gonza followed in Malcolm's legacy.
We don't say that Charlie Gonza never.
He also worked, yes,
Yes.
but he followed in Malcolm's legacy. Now that's a move versus words. Moving on, we have the entertainment prefect of girls. Now I must quote this really. Nachiemba Caro has been campaigned for by Malcolm, who everybody loves. So is it a shock that people are voting Malcolm and then Caro? Because whenever Malcolm has been campaigning, he's been campaigning for Caro. So don't you think at a certain point that's attributing to why Malcolm is actually beating Kanyike Ashura, whereby Caro has 76% and Kanyike so low, she has 24%.
So in my own observation,
Yes.
this post, I think these students are voting for vibes,
Yes.
Yes.
not their person
But
with no
remember,
vibes.
even Ashura has vibes.
According to my observation,
Yes.
Nachi Mbakaro has been moving with Sewajema Charles.
Exactly.
A few days ago, we had the open air campaigns, and there was a reason as to why that post was the last,
Yes.
just because they expect vibes. And if they were to bring that post first, the air campaigns wouldn't go on.
Now that's quite exquisite. Thank you very much, Mr. Balikuddembe. You've made a statement I've liked, that when people saw Caro move with Malcolm, they knew that Caro was going to drop the vibes that Malcolm was dropping. And then Kanyike Ashura had the independent vibes, but then Caro had a strong hand behind her. So I think that attributes to why she's what? why she's faring. Ladies and gentlemen that are watching us, I want to remind you that all this is proudly brought to you by Cast Your Vote, and make sure that in case you have anything, election of that kind, or any other software concerned with leadership, you want privacy and justice, please go on to Cast Your Vote. The contacts are down there. We're tired of using ballot boxes and having one candidate winning for 40 years. Come on. Now, moving on, we are coming to the head boy post. I explained it earlier. I said that one boy who doesn't have the biggest head, but actually but actually has the potential and inspires you. Now, in the beginning, you must quote that someone commented and said Galombe Gavin Johnson, who has participated actively in the singing, the evening worship, had a high advantage. However, Chiramila Mathias was supported by the girls because of his masculine body and his charming, eccentric, enticing looks. Is now leading. So do you think, Miss Balikuddembe, do you think that Mathias is faring because of his looks with 66%, leaving along Galombe Johnson of 34% because of the looks, the girls' influence, or because he has the ability?
To be honest, me, I think the looks.
The looks.
Given the way how he
conducts himself.
Yes, in public. That's what I think.
So since you're Miss Balikuddembe, we are going to suppose that you're speaking for all the girls, and since girls constitute the biggest percentage, you've all heard it from your leader herself. She has said they're voting him because of the looks and the way he conducts himself. So do you mean Johnson doesn't have the looks?
Like he has,
but he has minimal. Okay, let's move on. Head girl post. Now this, dear ladies and gentlemen, when you came in, you saw that the post that was even on the top were these two beautiful faces. And everybody was like, who are they? Why were they chosen? I would like to inform you, I told you earlier, that if we had Museveni against Kyagulanyi in Balikuddembe, this is our Museveni. Please don't take it personal. And this is our Kyagulanyi. These two are having a very tight competition. And as you're observing that it's not
being able to be presentable in school, Senkumba is wise.
What has Senkumba done that Elizabeth hasn't?
Actually, I'm new in school.
Yes,
but
yes.
For the time I've spent at St. Balikuddembe, Simon is a good person. Baluka is a good person. But what makes Baluka to be on that percentage?
Yes.
Baluka is shy. I'm not
shy.
Like, I'm not saying it, but
I understand.
Yes, but you also, like, remember the open air campaigns?
Yes.
And someone was able to speak out like a man, you know?
Yes,
Then Baluka was like, you know?
Yeah.
And you want the prefect who can be able to speak confidence. You need that confidence at St. Balikuddembe. Yes, that's why Senkumba.
I do believe you're number behind. Campaign showed who is who and what who can do. So now, when we came to the general campaigns, Baluka like our success. Now, moving on, Senior 1 with 23%, and Babi Gumira Anderson Dylan of Senior 5 with 22%. Now, these two, the competition is quite stiff. But what can you attribute, Mr. Balikuddembe, for this stiff competition? Why is, if you look at Kyagulanyi, he's 56%. This competition is stiff. So if one of them is to get to him, it will have to be a pure miracle from heaven.
Exactly.
Yes.
For that post, I'll base on the open air campaigns and the screenings we have been having.
Yes.
So for that post, I think, as I told you, actions speak louder than words.
Yes.
So these students observe
actions.
According to the open air campaigns,
yes,
they all presented their manifestos to the voters.
Yes.
But I think since we are on the health prefect's post,
yes,
they base on the health mind.
Yes.
The actions are doing things which make others.
Yes. So Kyagulanyi is performing healthy.
Exactly.
Exquisite, exquisite. The look show he is healthy.
Yes.
Now, in the morning, I quoted that let us not vote healthy looks, but vote healthy actions. And indeed, according to Mr. and Mrs. Balikuddembe, who know you best, they're saying that Kyagulanyi does not only have the healthy looks, but also has the healthy what? The healthy actions. So, Kyagulanyi Cyprus, someone even quoted that since he's Kyagulanyi, obviously you'll have to take it. But my dear friend, having the same name doesn't make you the other candidate. Moving on. Health prefect for girls. Now this is quite a stiff competition. I remember this lady that is in the lead, Nachimba Rahoma, coming on general campaigns, and she quoted and said, you people, you even see I look healthy, and believe me, she looks healthy. Up against Naziwa Patricia with 30%, who even made a stunning performance and showed how she was going to demonstrate how she's going to be working. And then Nachiwala Melissa Gabriela, who has 10%, and Mulungi Ashlyn Namanda of 8%. Now, Miss Balikuddembe, what can you attribute to Rehma's success?
I think Rehma's success is all
Yes.
about the looks. Because
Exactly.
you remember on the open air campaign,
Yes.
people are looking at the body,
Yes.
the way she's moving.
Yes.
And back to Patricia Bambi.
Mm.
Okay, the girl showed like the actions of being and health perfect.
Yes.
Yes, we know she came, blah blah blah, you know.
So do you want to attribute that people in this case voted Rehma's healthy look and healthy body structure?
Yes,
But then
yes.
Patricia demonstrated, Patricia treated someone, Patricia showed that she can handle. Why aren't people voting and going for the healthy looks other than the healthy actions?
I don't want to speak some things on air, so let me just.
Okay. Okay, moving on. Mr. Balikuddembe, we have in charge clubs and societies now. We have Moire Natalia Chanel, who was 81. This might not be shocking because even on the open air campaigns, this young gentleman came with 5 people, and that young lady there came with almost 90 people. They even rose dust, and they even saw the chairman of the electoral commission going to the back seats because of the dust. So now, what can you attribute to Moire's fame, popularity, and success at the moment?
Yes, for that post, I think it's fame. Chanel is famous, is more famous than Talent.
Yes.
Yes.
And for Natalia,
Yes.
I heard that she was in a certain club called Kubazambogo.
Yes. Yes.
So for that, people think that she has enough experience from the
Yes.
other club.
Yes.
She can be able to create more clubs.
Yes.
Because remember, in St. Balikuddembe for the past years,
Yes.
most clubs have been formed, but they have not been active. So
Exactly.
they need that one person who can make all those clubs active,
Yes.
and they can be heard from the outside world.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So Natalia has the experience and Natalia has had the involvement. Unlike Taloma Tremors, who I heard someone quote, does not even belong to a single club. Now, moving on, we have library and information. Nakakembo Tendo Patricia of 51%, Esangu Gabriel 27, Akerut Hilda Grace 14, and Galianga Mukisa Deo Gracious of 7%. So what can you attribute to Tendo's success? Briefly, just 1 minute.
May I think Tinder's success is all about the experience.
Experience. Thank you very
Yes.
much. Mr. Balikuddembe, liturgy prefect. This is a Catholic founded school. So obviously, religion is key. What can you attribute to Nyamungu's success of 57% against Hillary of 43%?
Yes, I say that first,
Yes.
that leadership comes from God, and with the trust of the people, one
Yes.
can become a leader.
So the people are trusting Melissa this time.
Yeah.
Both of them
Yes.
have been in the liturgical department for so long.
Yes.
But remember, I said, with
Yes.
the trust of the people, one can
Yes.
become a leader. I think
Exactly.
that's the main reason as to why Nyamungu is taking the first position.
Thank you very much. So people are trusting Melissa because she has been in it for a long time and they feel she has the experience. Then the president post. Now, Kakimbo Don Emma Wise, we quoted that during elections, this young man really showed that he's a don. He made shirts, reflectors, hats of his face. Kabuye Henry, who was an aura farmer, and even quoted that his motto was lead with aura and Lugemwa Atrib. So Chitimbo has 77%, Henry has 13%, and Atrib has 9%. What can you attribute to Don's success?
May I think Donny's success is all about putting in more effort.
Yes.
Because remember, the first place when these presidents were at the open air campaign,
Yes.
we thought Kabuya will take it,
Yes.
but Don was putting in more effort.
Exactly. So people are appreciating the efforts
Yeah, the
that Don is
t-shirts,
putting in.
the caps.
Thank you very much. Moving on, Secretary for External Affairs. Now, I told you this is simply the one that represents the day section members. So we have Kasozi Ivan Joel, Namwamba Mariam, and Mwalai Solomon. Tell us, what can you attribute to Kasozi's success of 55% against 24% and 21%?
Yes, according to me, it's not that I'm a day student.
Yes.
But for that post, I think the students are based on the conduct of those people,
Yes.
the 3 contestants outside there.
Yes.
I think that's why Kasozi is taking the lead over the others.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Moving on, we have the Secretary for Information and Publicity. Now we have two. Namakula Sheila Janet against Chinji Henry Josh. Namakula with 87%, Chinji with 13%. What can you attribute to Namakula's success?
The
Briefly,
fam.
1 minute, please.
The fam. Namakula is Swamen St. Balikuddembe.
Yes.
And this guy is new. You also know. This
Yeah.
guy is new in school. No,
Yes.
he can't take it.
So people have voted someone that knows what to do because of the
Yes.
experience. Thank you. Moving on, Secretary for Internal Affairs, where we have Makumbu Nsuti, 43%, Nawenye John Mary, 28%, Okumu Matthew, 23%, and Batega 6%. Tell us, what can you attribute to Shuti's success?
For entrepreneurship students, they have what we call effective communication.
Yes.
I think it's all about the one-on-one campaigns these guys had, because on my own analysis,
Yes.
the four contestants, in my own observation, that they were campaigning
Yes.
for the one-on-one campaigns.
Yes.
Makumbu had put more efforts in the campaigning.
Yes.
For that period.
Yes. Unlike the others.
Thank
Okay.
you very much.
And then moving on. Okay. Moving on, secretary to the cabinet, Nakai Salima leading with 53%, Bamuja Catherine Treasury with 30%, Kaima Bennett with 15%, and Aquarius Peace, oh God, with 1%. So what can you attribute to Salima's success?
Salima's success. Remember, Salima was a honorable recently, not so?
Yes.
Now, what has made Salima to be with high votes? Maybe the experience and
Yes.
how she conducts in the public.
Yes, yes. And then people are voting her because they feel she has the ability.
Yeah, she has the ability to do it.
Moving on to speaker, this is a very crucial post. Dick Soccer Jerry with 63%, Minda Francis 21%, Nakato with 8%, and Maggie with 8%. What can you attribute to Jerry's success?
For that one is success.
Yes.
Remember, first of all, Jerry is the president to the debate club.
Yes.
And basing on that experience, because he even won, he has even the
fame, the influence.
Yes, for the debate.
So people,
when he came this side,
yes,
that's just a walkover for this post.
Obviously. Thank you very much. Madam Balikuddembe, we move over to a sports prefect for boys. Lubega Richmond with 44%, Mwanguzi Jordan with 38%, and Mbwayo Titus Boiler with 17%. What can you attribute to Richmond's success?
The talent he has.
The talent.
Yes.
Tell us about the talent. Briefly, 1 minute.
Remember, during the open air campaign,
Yes.
he also came out and he told us
Yes.
he knows how to play football.
How to play football.
Yeah.
And people wanted the talent and the action. Moving on, Mr. Balikuddembe, we have the sports prefect for the girls. Najombe Ronito leading with 59%, Chisache Manuela Desire 18%, Semakule Nejuma 16%, and Mwire Blessing Jasper with 7%. What can you attribute to Ronito's success?
Yes.
Briefly.
For that one is success, I think. For the girls, sometimes they are not catered for.
Yes.
And they need somebody who can speak out for them. And
Yes.
for Ronita, she's a basketball player.
Yes, thank you very much. So they're looking at her involvement in the sport, and that's why they're voting her. Miss Balikuddembe, Superior General Boys. Actually, let Mr. Balikuddembe tell us about the Superior General for boys, and you tell us about the Superior General for girls. So we have Nshuti Chorus, Big Nshuti, Big Sleep against Samuyaba Amos. Nshuti with 66, Samuya with 34%. What can you attribute to his success?
For that post, I think Shuti Carlos is taking the lead just because they see the potential in him, and for, in fact, not in a battle, but for his size, he can speak and somebody listen.
Thank you very much.
Like
Miss Balikuddembe, let's conclude with the Superior General of the girls. Why is Nyamnyora Petronella of Senior 3 with 65%?